there who think you don't like us, you don't like black women.
Oh, yes, I do. I love black women. I'm a black woman myself, and I got 5 daughters and 4 sisters, so that would, be ridiculous of anybody to assume that. As I said, we have just never had anybody challenge us on our behavior. We've never had anybody to say, well, let's look at what we do. We know what he does, and he's wrong in a lot of what he does. But his wrongness, his guilt, does not ensure our innocence. We have a share in the problems that we have in the black community. And just because we are dressed up and have a job does not mean that we don't practice some aberrant behaviors that end up infecting our homes and breaking up our relationships with our men and helping to hold him down. That's all I'm saying. So everyone can look at themselves. Every man can look at his own woman. Everyone must study what slavery did to the black woman. We have never looked at it as an independent study.
May I ask you, on what do you base your information?
Just research. Being a black woman myself, living here in the country, and I interviewed over 3,000 people. I interviewed 379 black men who were married to or dating white women, over 100 black women who were married to or dating white men, and a little over 2,000 black men and over 1,000 black women. And what I found is that we don't have a control group. There was no point in me listing all of their names because we don't have one set of Negroes that we could point at and say, okay, well, this particular group is not affected by slavery. All of us are affected by it. We just have not been able to identify the manifestation of that behavior and be able to trace it back to what the root was and how we got that way. A lot of the behavior we practice because it's trendy, it's popular in this country, and so we think that that's just the thing to do.
Do you fault the black man for anything?
Yes, absolutely.
Briefly,
I fought
what?
him for lying.
For lying?
Yes.
About?
All kinds of things. He won't tell us the truth about his life because he knows that we can't handle the truth. And so he will lie to us about his activities and his life because it preserves the peace for him, he thinks. But we know that lies don't build a relationship. They create doubt, suspicion, and fear. And then we exhibit those behavior traits. And fear in the female is always translated as hostility. And so, see, it's a locked-in circle that I'm trying to get us to look at, how these things are connected and what they produce.
Cancel culture in the past, it caused our body to no longer accommodate the ability to process truth, the burdens of truth, the inconvenience of truth, the exposure of truth, the vulnerability of truth. We no longer know how to process truth because of cancel culture. We can't handle it. Our bodies can't take it. It's been too many generations in which this cancel culture has been developing, especially through feminism. During the Obama era. When it comes to truth, people run away. They immediately clench up and become defensive. They go into the fight or flight mode through Scorpio, where the amygdala tells them to take off running, lie, deflect, act stupid, play dumb, gaslight, run circles, redirect attention somewhere else, pass the buck, anything but absorb the truth and deal with it. And this is why we can't get to love. We can't get to love because we can't deal with fucking truth. We can't process the truth. That's why we can't get to love. We can't deal with truth. There's no love for the person who cannot accommodate truth. There's only delusion. This is where Uranus comes into play. This is where Aquarius comes into play. Uranus, it acts on what is most truthful and authentic about your storyline, your identity, your soul's journey. The story of your soul's mission over timelines. And it does not respect persons or preferences. It identifies where is the inauthenticity, where is the inconsistency. And Uranus sharply aligns us with what is most authentic, not what we claim, not what we say, not what we were able to get away with, not what we were able to construct of an argument, but the actual truth that you ran away from, the actual truth that you pretending like you don't understand. It's still there, it's still evident, it's still reading as yours, but you don't want to deal with it. Uranus has a warrant for these type of persons, these type of energies, these type of people. Uranus has a warrant for your arrest. Who's out here a fugitive from the truth? Who's a fugitive from love? Who's a fugitive from authenticity in themselves, from being authentic? That's not you. You're not real. You're being fake. You living fake. You living phony. Everything about you superficial. You're a cartoon. Because you cannot deal with the burdens of truth that runs through the body. And this is why we had to go through so much shock, constant shock. When somebody's just grossly delusional, you live your life just delusional. It's all roses, instant incense, and namaste. Anything with truth, you avoid it, you run away from it, you pretend like you didn't see it, you hurry up and scatter across. These are the ones who Uranus is out for. Uranus got your name. Uranus has your name written on a scroll. And Uranus is going to find your ass. Uranus is going to catch up to you. You are not going to get away from Uranus. No, you're not. There's a warrant for your arrest. And what Uranus is going to do is shock you with the lightning bolt of truth. That is, you're going to find yourself in circumstances which you're not able to resist the reality at hand. And it's going to break down your defense mechanisms. It's going to break down how you read into your body that I have to run, I have to escape, because you're going to find yourself in a brutally honest crisis in which you don't have an escape route. You don't have a way to run away. So you have to sit there and you have to process that energy through the body until you learn to incorporate, align, face with, deal with the truth at hand and stop fucking running. Who told you that you here for sweet tea and biscuits, nigga? Who the fuck told you that you just here for sweet tea and biscuits? Back rubs and blunts. We all have our portion of truth. And you're better off walking to it than running away from it. The inconvenience of it. Inconveniencing ourselves with truth. Or be inconvenienced.
Black women love the fuck out of black gay men, but hate straight black men. It is very true, because if you look at a gay black man's fucking profile, it is filled with straight black women. Why the fuck are so many black women following trans and gay men, but they hate the fuck out of straight black men? And it's only that category. It is literally just that black man that is gay category. Black women don't follow anybody else as much as they follow a gay black man. Oh yes, queen this, and yes this. Those same black women will come up on my page and tell me that I have low self-esteem, that I need to decenter men, that I am miserable, that I am this, and this, I'm jealous. But the same BBL that y'all talking about I'm jealous of, maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're connecting because these trans men are getting their body done like them. The trans men is known to emulate a ghetto black woman, in my opinion. That's what they act like. So maybe they can just connect more with a gay black man than they can with a woman who's speaking logically to them, because apparently I am just everything bad, and so are a few other girls up on TikTok. But I was really thinking about that today.
For all of y'all out there that's sensitive, you don't want to listen to this. If you're sensitive, you don't want to listen to this. If you're sensitive, you might not even want to be on this channel. I'm just keeping it a buck, all right? I see there's new subscribers around here, and that's a great thing. It's wonderful. I welcome you all. I celebrate you. Thank you very much. I love every one of you. But here's the thing. I got to shake the tree, okay? Because I can't have fakes and phonies around. So any fakes and phonies out there, I'm going to shake you until you get the fuck out of here. I don't want no fake motherfuckers around here. So I'm going to shake the tree until all y'all bitch-made motherfuckers get the fuck on and kick rocks. How about that? And all I got to do to make that happen is be truthful. That's all it takes right there. Here's Walsh, mission done. As long as I stick to being truthful, as long as I stick to being honest, most of y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna last. You gonna take off running. Pew! You gonna get the fuck on the moment you start hearing that shit, and your body can't take it. It's gonna go to war inside your body. And you gonna feel like you gonna pass out and fucking die. Yeah, I'm getting rid of you motherfuckers. I'm getting you all out of here. I'm taking a roach spray and I'm spraying that motherfucker. So this is a convenient message right here to get y'all fake motherfuckers out of here, to get y'all to unsubscribe real quick and get the fuck on and kick some goddamn rocks. Go find somebody to entertain you. Somebody to help you to lie to yourself and be delusional. Go find that. Because I'm not that one. I am very inconvenient. How about that? Now that we got that out the way, now that we learn that our elected official, so-called, is playing with little kids, now that we have the awareness that pedophilia has been a secret burden of this nation, where are the protests? Where are the fights? Where is the content in the media, the political movements, the social movements that matches the scale? That matches the scale of women's rights, the fights for feminism to take form, gay rights, transsexual rights, Black Lives Matter movement, so on and so forth. Where is the outrage that equals that? You see, everybody's exposed with the selective outrage. Everybody's exposed as being some lying ass motherfuckers that's really out for themselves. When it comes to the children, you can't hear a pin drop. You can hear a pin drop. It's crickets. It's silence. Complicit nature. Ain't no noise, ain't no smoke. But let somebody say something about females' rights. Let somebody say something about women putting some damn clothes on. Let somebody say something about anything with women. Oh, it's going to be some noise. It's going to be an outrage. It's going to be an outpour of rage and anger. It's going to be resentment. It's going to be flowing into the streets. Bitch, you're selfish. And you're exposed. Because you got all that noise and all that motherfucking smoke for yourself. But when it comes to the babies, the one from whose womb the baby comes from has shit, nothing to say. Nothing to say. All this noise as Charlie Kirk took a tour around America, running his damn mouth about 13% of the population, and booga wooga wooga wooga, the black man is so violent, he's so dangerous, he's a killer, he's a murderer. All while it was under your own noses that the number one pedophile in the nation was your husband and your brother, white women. But ain't nobody got nothing to say about that. It was all kind of noise. Heroism. Charlie Kirk should have a statue. He's a hero. He revived the consciousness of the nation. He He pointed out the truth that we all needed to see. We need to change America, make America great again. We need to bring it back to its moral integrity. We got to get rid of these niggers. We got to stop the black man from ruining this country. We got to stop Muslims from ruining this country. Okay, what about the pedophile? Do y'all got something to say about the pedophile? Do you got something to say about the one who play with little kids' wieners? Who play with little girls' pussy? Huh? Do you got something to say about the motherfuckers who eat children? Who drink their blood? Do you got something to say about them motherfuckers? Do you got something to say about that? Where's the tour for that? Who's going to go to the college campuses and lift voices for them? Who is going to be the champion of that of that revolution? Why are we so quick to erect a statue and make a hero of Charlie Kirk and his lying ass wife, the fake ass bitch? See, it's a lot of fraud. It's a lot of faking. It's a lot of lying. It's a lot of pretending. It's a lot of superficiality. And that is what Uranus is out for. Uranus has a warrant for your motherfucking arrest. And Uranus is going to get your fake ass. So if you got the guts and glory to listen to the rest of this shit I cooked up, pull your drawers up and listen to this motherfucker.
26, I don't listen to women anymore. They're very easily manipulated, they're very easy persuaded, and they're also agreeable. Now, the people that control the media are the Jews. They control Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Google. They control the news outlets, CNN, CNBC, and so on and so forth. They also control the movies, Nickelodeon, Disney, Paramount, whatever. They control all of these. And they've already got the woman. They took the woman from us. That's why women now think about feminism. Oh, he's a misogynist. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's racist. He's sexist. This is why women are so liberal, because they've pushed these on our women. They've pushed these on our society. So to me, when a woman talks in 2026, I don't listen to her. And the reason I don't listen to a woman in 2026 is because she's been persuaded and manipulated by the Jews. When you want to break a country, you attack the woman, because if you can manipulate the woman, it's over. The woman stop listening, it's all over. They don't want to get children anymore. They don't want to raise children anymore. They want to open their legs to everybody. They want to be liberals. They want to be transgenders. That's what happens. That's how you break a country. That's what the Jews did. They've succeeded. They will call you crazy. And if you talk to a feminist today, you'll see how manipulated she is into the idea of feminism. No, feminism is equal rights. We need feminism. Blah, blah. And she's yelling and she's screaming and she's emotional and she's all this about an idea that goes against her nature. An idea that she's not even gonna like. An idea that when she's 30 and she's single and she wants to get married and no man wants her, she's gonna regret her choices. Because she's been manipulated and influenced by the Jews. That's why. That's the problem that we have today. This is why in 20...
Cancer Jupiter must not be forgotten in context of all things. The gravity of Jupiter is much greater than every planet that we're taking into consideration. That's the heaviest point load out of all of this. Cancer. It's the polarity of where the crisis was based upon. All over the globe. Capricorn. Incorporation of the world by the Catholic Church. The origin of assumptions over others. Nations, states, persons, tribes, legacies, all identities. And that refers back to Hope Bull Unum Sanctum. Come on. Let's keep this in the right perspective. Let's keep it in the right perspective. Niggas like to go down rabbit holes. Niggas like to go down rabbit holes and get lost in the motherfucking sauce. Keep your head on straight. And what's really going on? The polarity, the axis of Capricorn and Cancer. That is the reset. That's the fucking reset. Transferring our grounding from Capricorn to Cancer. Our conviction from Capricorn to Cancer. The source of our reason, our Y factor, from Capricorn to Cancer. Jupiter is holding the greatest point load of gravity in Cancer. It outweighs all other transits and activities that take place. It is center gravity right now, no matter what the fuck is going on in the chart. That's the footing. What this reset is really all about is restoration of moral conviction. Not justification of entitlement. Our moral duty and responsibility, rather than loyalty to any particular institution, organization, corporation, policy, or socially engineered agendas. So the exposure has to take place to get at the basis of all these things. At the top, we're dealing with evils by the hand of white Christian males and Khazarians. At the grassroots, we're dealing with violation of our status with immorality as prostitutes standing at Capricorn. That's what we're dealing with on the grassroots. And that's at the hand of the influence of females coming from America, spreading their influence all over the world. And the first one, the head of that is the African American female in particular. And as you already know, I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to be liked. None of that shit. I see a lot of new subscribers. I appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. But I gotta shake the tree. Make sure none of you all don't get it twisted out there. You are not at a convenient location. When you walk up in here, you're not at a convenient location. If you don't want to deal with the fucking truth, unsubscribe, go your way, do what you gotta do. But nah, this ain't the place for you. I'm gonna go ahead and shake the tree. Loose branches, loose fruit, shake you off.
Feminism.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever met a happy feminist? Yeah, me neither, because they don't exist. Feminism sold itself as empowering women, but the reality, it didn't empower anybody. It recruited women. It enlisted them. It turned them into political chess pieces in a game so big they don't even know what board they're on. You want to know what the real purpose of feminism is? Read End of Woman by Carrie Gress. She lays it out plain. Feminism is not about elevating women. It's about erasing femininity. It's about erasing masculinity. It's about blowing up the traditional family and leaving a power vacuum big enough for the elites to drive a tank through. And here's the tragic part. The women caught up in all of this didn't sign up to be miserable. They signed up thinking they were joining a movement that had purpose and meaning. But what they traded away were the very things in this life that give us meaning. Family, connection, partnership, motherhood, feminine strength, and masculine support. They traded all of that for an ideology that promised empowerment, but delivered resentment instead. So let me tell you a story. I'm up at my buddy's ranch.
I don't have to do much for that. All I gotta do is tell the truth. And you gonna grab your titties and clutch your pearls. Gasping for air. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Said what? Said what you was thinking? Said what you already know? Said what you yourself confirm in your spirit? But you're scared to say it? You're scared to admit it? Because you got an agenda too. So you're part of the problem. Yeah. So squeeze your titties and clutch your pearls, gasp for air, and act like you're shocked. Pretend like you're shocked. Pretend like you're so shocked at the things I'm saying. Because you was there too. You watched it too. You were a witness also. You were present. But you lying on your statement. I'm telling the truth on my statement. That's the difference between me and you. You lied on your statement. I told the truth on my statement. So what you think gonna happen to you versus what's gonna happen to me? Let me tell you something. Uranus has a warrant in his hand right now. Yeah. He has a warrant. In this eclipse window, Uranus has a warrant. It's a warrant for the arrest of fake motherfuckers, frauds, liars, people who enjoyed privilege, opportunity, entitlement, convenience, on lies, deception, crime, evils, siding with agendas instead of siding with truth. Yeah, there's a warrant for your motherfucking arrest, nigga. It's a warrant for your arrest. Uranus has a warrant. So the warrant ain't for me. The warrant is for you same motherfuckers out there that get so offended at the goddamn truth. The truth that you know good and goddamn well that you looking at too. The shit that you know in your soul is the goddamn truth too. Cause I wasn't the only one there, motherfucker. You was there too. I'm telling the truth about it, but you lying. I could look myself in the mirror in the day. I could sleep good at night knowing my heart is clear. But you got an agenda. Who stripped America of its morals? Black American females, white liberal females, and gays. Because they had reason, they had interests, they had gain, they had benefit in doing so for selfish reasons. So they allowed themselves to be used as useful idiots to strip America of its moral conviction, of its moral compass, of its moral obligation and awareness. Even all the way up to the Supreme Court with Ketanji Jackson's black ass. And when they asked this bitch, what is a woman? The bitch played dumb. So don't tell me I'm the motherfucking problem. You bitches is the motherfucking problem who want to condone it. You bitches is the problem who want to condone it. I watched that whole shit go down. You heard me say this before. When Neptune came into Pisces around 2011, black American females took to the internet and fucked the spiritual world up. They turned it into sex work. Me, look at me naked. Look at my pussy. Look at my titties. Look at my ass. And by the way, look at this nice crystal. By the way, do you want a tarot card reading? By the way, today's astrology is such and such. By the way, I'm a vegan, so I'm superior and I'm better than you. By the way, black people was kings and we was this and we was that. Black girl magic. But the priority in all things was sex work. The priority in all things was removing the shame in prostitution. The priority in all things was the sexual objectification and exploitation of the self and removing all shame in doing so. And the tactic and strategy to do so was to raise cancel culture. Cancel culture was the means by which they removed the bolts, the screws, and the locks without being disturbed from the moral compass. Dismantling the moral fiber and grade of American society through cancel culture. You don't have the right to question me. You can't examine me. You can't hold me accountable. You can't criticize me. I can do whatever I want to do because I'm an individual. I'm free.
This is why in
This is what's so ironic about the feminist movement. The things that feminists will hate men for, they're just so ambitious and they don't care about their families and they're never home, or all men, they just sleep around, they're so promiscuous. The things that feminists hate men for, they're also telling women, you should do these things to feel fulfillment. So they're hating on men for this stuff, but also saying we need to be equal to men. It's like, do you hate them or do you want to be equal to them? They're telling women, you need to be less relational. You need to care less about your babies and care more about your career. In 1916, you had Margaret Sanger. She introduced the contraceptive pill. She was now telling women, you don't have to be a slave to these children of yours. I can have sex with whoever I want to, as much as I want to, and there will not be the burden of children. So they're hating on men for this stuff, but also saying we need to be equal to men. It's like, do you hate them or do you want to be equal to them? Like, what's going on here? This is what's so ironic about the
Your titties and clutch your pearls out of shock and amazement of what the fuck I'm saying, because you know it's the goddamn truth. That's why cancel culture was raised up. It was to disarm the people. How do you disarm the people at grassroots level? You take away their moral convictions. You divide their families. You separate man from woman and make enemies of each other. You put them in a distrustful position with each other. That's how you weaken a society. That's how you weaken the people. Because the secret treaty of Verona tactic was no longer working through religion. People were no longer driven by religion the moment that Pluto came out of Sagittarius. The secret treaty of Verona was no longer an effective tool once Pluto left Sagittarius. Because religion could no longer be used to control the people. When Pluto came into Capricorn, it was about the corporate bad bitch. The bad bitch era. The boss babe era. The high heels on top of skyscrapers era. I could do it all by myself. I could do whatever a man do era. I don't need no man. I get into the bag. I get my own money era. Money, money, money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Status, status. Everything has a price on it era. Everything is capitalism. Everything is fair trade and commerce. Everything is commercialized. Everything is a sale. Everything is a negotiation on prices. There is no more substance. There is only product. There is product and client. That became the status. That became the source of intent and will. That became the basis of all that we do. Thus, the Shadow 8, Shadow Capricorn energy that we are being saved from now by source. By the grace of great divine mother, Cancer, Yemeya, my beautiful mother. I'm speaking on behalf of Yemeya. I dare somebody, nigga. I dare you. Because I know who I'm speaking on behalf of. I ain't fucking confused. Bitch, you confused. And you're only confused because you don't know where your values are. You don't know where your convictions are. You don't know your identity. You don't know what to side with. You're all over the place. You don't know what's your best interest. And that's why it was easy to sell this agenda to you, because you are desperate to sell anything to feel relevant. to feel validated, to feel like you got a one up, like you could catch a sale. Women were used to do this. Venus is exalted in Pisces when Neptune stepped into that motherfucker. Venus was with Pluto in entry into Capricorn. And the moon was with Pluto in entry into Aquarius, which means it's time to grow up. It's time to mature. It's time to come out of arrested development of yourself. It's time to starve you off from the detriment of Venus through the number 9 source, Virgo South Node, Hermit called process of isolation. Get into the authenticity because you bitches became so goddamn superficial and fake and phony. From the wig down to the big ass horse teeth, bitch. Fake. Superficial. Hit dog holler if you're mad, it's probably because you're motherfucking guilty. If you're mad, it's probably because you're doing it. If you're mad about it, it's because you participating in it. So get mad, bitch. You need to be mad. But the problem is you don't know who to be mad at. And it's your goddamn self. This is how America has become morally deprived. It started with the African American female taking the fruit of the serpent in the absence of Adam, in which that social construct began with Lyndon B. Johnson, Roosevelt, and Martin Luther King co-signing through infiltration the initiative of the Civil Rights Act, which started her role in politics, in corporate interests, in isolation to her husband and family unit, which changed her identity to a selfish claim rather than a family association of herself. Thank you very much. I know what the fuck going on. And you might say, why am I naming an African American female? Because she owns the influence of all females on earth, nigga. I ain't fucking blind. See, what you niggas fail to understand is I'm like a grandfather. A grandfather's not impressed by people. A grandfather don't have nothing to prove. He's not fashionable, keeping up with trends and shit, trying to prove a point, wanting people to like him. I'm like an old man that sits in a fucking chair and observes every fucking thing, nigga. Yeah. I'm boring. Because I'm a veteran. And what I mean by veteran, shout out to all those who served in the military, that's not what I'm claiming. What I mean by veteran is I've seen it all, nigga. I know what I'm looking at. And nobody bought me. My soul ain't nobody bought my soul. Nobody bought my opinion. Nobody bought my thoughts. I have the ability to be authentic and original at any given time and not giving a fuck who like it or who don't like it. I can't give a damn if I tried to. I can't give a fuck if I tried to, nigga. What the fuck you gonna do to me? You don't like me. You don't like what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck. Because you know it's true too. I know who's influencing all women into wickedness, degeneracy, lack of morality, bad character, shamelessness, disrespect, objectification of themselves, sexualizing themselves, stripping themselves of moral grade and fiber, disassociating themselves from the body of their emotion, running away from the depth of their emotion, fugitives from accountability, haters of truth, masters of poetry and fancy sayings, eloquent, artistic, artful, alluring, the false light of Lucifer, the dazzling magic of sex, the magnetism of sexuality and lust. She's a master, a sorcerer when it comes to this, even a witch. It doesn't fool people like me though. I'm the one who they want to blame. I'm the one who they want to get mad at and say that's the bad guy, like Scarface said. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. Yeah, name me the bad guy. I put it on my chest. The infamous. I wear it proud. You are the people who name me the infamous by how you treat me about the goddamn truth. And I accept it. I take pride in it. But how long we gonna keep pretending like we don't know who the fuck did what? Black American females use the power of influence of all women in this world through championing the expression of feminism in its extremes.
The removal of falsehood is the prerequisite. This follows the logic of the Shahada itself. The negation followed by the affirmation. La ilaha illallah. Negate the falsehood, affirm the truth. La ilaha illallah. So when we're talking about morals, when we're talking about a coherent moral framework and a coherent moral code of conduct, well, first you have to negate the validity of other than that. Because again, people in the West, especially in the West, and especially among westernized people, not exclusively among them, but especially among them, there is this idea of morals being very individualized, being more or less ad hoc, being very vague, very feelings-based, and so forth, very customizable, follow your heart, and so forth. And this is often within the context of what the West touts as the highest priority, the highest principle, or even you can say the highest moral value, which is freedom. This is what they say, freedom and individuality above all else, right? Now remember, this is just the narrative. This is just the narrative, not the reality, not at all. It's not the reality at all in the West. They don't believe in freedom and individuality at all in almost any area of life, in reality. But they believe in it, they do believe in it in terms of morals. No one is supposed to impose, no one is supposed to judge, no one's supposed to be too strict about anything morally. And it's not just, don't impose your morals on others. It's not just don't impose your morals on others. It's also, you're not supposed to even visibly be taking morals too seriously your own self. Because then that means you're repressed, you're rigid, or what have you. It means you're judgmental, you're narrow-minded. You should be more open, right? You should understand that relativism is the intelligent approach. That's the enlightened human being. Morality is just a construct and what have you, right? Nothing is absolutely right, nothing is absolutely wrong. This belief in the West, or this lack of belief in the West, is completely intertwined with their hyper-prioritization of freedom and individuality in their narrative. Because freedom is essential to happiness, right? Individuality is essential to happiness, supposedly. And then post-enlightenment, so-called enlightenment, you basically turn morality into legal and governmental policies, legal and governmental frameworks, like freedom of expression, freedom of this, freedom of that, and the consent issue. Consent is the main issue determining morality in the West. Consenting adults, consent of the governed, and so forth, right? Consent is the main issue. The idea that no one should be harmed by your actions against their will, right? So you moved morality into the arena of rights and social contracts and individual autonomy, okay? Now, first of all, that
of how to walk completely away from your femininity How to betray your moral conviction and source in inner child. How to plunge yourself into the acts and practices of prostitution with no shame, no accountability, and daring a nigga to say something about it. The audacity, the nerve that only an African American woman can generate. That other women can only imitate at those levels, at those magnitudes of nerve and audacity. She don't have a conscience. She don't have no shame. She don't have no guilt. Her body is a product, and she decided that. Her intimacy is in commerce, and she decided that. Her character has no shame to it, and she decided that. Her image does not uphold any particular values or morals that honors the body of women, the nature of women, the esteem and prestige of women, the integrity of women, the modesty of women, the chastity of women, that makes them something that men want to protect. She has taken women out of the course of which men feel inclined to protect them for the reasons that their nature has always upheld. And Black American women led all women out of that protective state of themselves, in which men assume responsibility to safeguard and protect them.
To ensure the upholding of that relativism by way of upholding the rights of individuals to do whatever they want consensually. So then this deepened and reinforced in the culture this idea, the idea that right and wrong, good and bad, moral and immoral are all subjective. So you understand that your system from the beginning, was not just secular, it was amoral. And then this diminished the importance of morality overall to your culture and to your society and to your nation. Now the result of all of that is supposed to be that you're happier. That you're happier like that you're more contented like that your individual dignity is preserved by that. That's supposed to be the result. You know, that's supposed to be the reality of your life right now. Happy, contented, and dignified. Because that's what that approach promised you. That's what they promised with that approach. So where is that? Was that promise fulfilled? You commit suicide and self-harm more than anyone else, more than any other nation in the world. You're more depressed than anyone else as a society. You have more anxiety, you have more addiction, you have more drug overdoses, more emotional and psychological disorders than anyone else. You're lonelier than anyone else, right? Your families dissolve more than anyone else's families. It seems like you're barely coping under the burden of all this happiness and all this contentment and all this freedom. I don't have to tell you this. You don't need me to tell you this. You know this because you're living this. You're living the failed promise of that approach to morality. But then it almost becomes like the sunken cost fallacy, because you have believed in and you have been invested in for so long those Western frameworks. Those frameworks that said that nothing is more important than freedom, nothing is more important than individual autonomy, you know, to each his own, no judgment, and so forth. You've been so invested in that, and you have been told all your lives that this is the most important thing, that this is right, and that this is in fact itself moral, the most moral thing. Now you've spent so much time in this state of dissonance that now you resist turning away from it. You resist accepting the truth that no, there is objective morality.
And made products and objects of themselves for lust and commerce, self-worship, narcissism, conceit, arrogance, defiance, arrested development. Shahrazad Ali came in the 80s and warned them. And they attacked Shahrazad Ali. Shahrazad Ali wrote 2 books to help them, and they rejected it. 2 books. The Black Woman's Guide in How to Understand the Black Man, and the Black Man's Guide in How to Understand the Black Woman. She wrote those books in the 80s. And they rejected her. They ran her off. Kevin Samuels came back in the exact same spirit, but in the context in which they themselves chose through Capricorn Pluto transit, which was the business professional image. See, y'all don't like the fact that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what really make y'all niggas mad, is I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That shit piss y'all niggas off. It got you shitting mad that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That shit got you so goddamn mad you could shit a goddamn brick. But that's your problem, nigga.
Shit gotta stop. Bitches get a new man and think it's gonna... I wish I was as deluded. I'm so sick of Brittany Renner, this stupid cocksucking whore. Wasn't you just Muslim? Now you Christian? Bitch, what are you Christian? Under dick? Was you Muslim under dick too? What the fuck? A hoe's final form is religion. This bitch has been 2 religions in the last 6 months. What you gonna pop out next? Fucking Hindu? What the fuck? This shit gotta stop. Bitches get a new man and think it's gonna make them religious. God's not gonna forgive you, you fucking hoe. You done sucked too much dick. I'm so sick of Brittany Renner, this stupid cocksucking whore. Wasn't you just Muslim?
Kevin Samuels came and told nothing but the truth, the whole truth, and so help him motherfucking God. Checking these bitches in a professional sense. And what made all of the women feel angry and exposed about it is Kevin Samuels was addressing their head, their leader, their captain in feminine defiance. Don't take down my general. Don't take down my captain. Don't expose my leader, my teacher, of how I'm going to be a wild ass, value stripped, demoralized, wicked witch. I want to take my clothes off. I want to get ran through. I want to suck dick and ride dick all goddamn night. A different nigga every fucking night. I want to do what the fuck I want to do. I want a career. I want power. I want money. I want everything that the world has to offer. And you better not tell me nothing about how I go about doing this shit. You better not question me about how I go about doing it. I'm going to kill my baby by going to the abortion clinic. Black women are up to 42%, which is a genocidal rate in abortions. I will sacrifice babies to stay in that career path because I have a sick obsession and addiction to fucking and sucking. I'm in a line of prostitution in which I'm generating money from my ass, my titties, and my curves. My pussy is a money maker. And I don't need no shame or objections about it. And they need the black woman to do that because it paves the way for them and it gives them talking points and argument points by which they could justify their own self-alienation, by which they could justify their own wicked agendas, by which they could justify their own stripping away of their moral fiber. They need the black woman to survive so that they can have hope that they will be able to articulate, justify, and find courage and boldness in their own outstripping of their own security and identity as women. They envy her boldness in this pursuit. They lust for her outcome, but they don't know the depths of that. They don't know what she suffers at night. They don't know what she suffers behind doors. They don't know what she created for herself because they look from a distance. They don't know the doom and destruction that black American females have created for themselves. They don't know the karma that black American females have created for themselves because they look from a distance. See, I'm not one of them motherfuckers that shy to say shit, nigga. I'm not gonna pretend like I ain't see that shit. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know. You can do it, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna call the motherfucker like it is because I seen the shit. On ground level, it is African American females who misled all females of the earth. There's a special gift with African American males and females that nobody can deny. We have the ability to influence all people of the world effortlessly without even trying. That's a fact, nigga. Argue with your mama. Argue with your mama, nigga. Nobody has the influence that we got. Nobody. That's the basis of that magic and sorcery and why it had to be her to strip America of its morals. To strip women of their moral commitment. And what does that do? It disarms the families. It disarms women. And when women and families are disarmed, the state of insecurity, it begets radicalized behaviors that are self-destructive. Cultures that are self-disintegrating. It collapses the integrity of the society. It destroys the children.
Alive for saying this, I feel like a lot of women have forgotten their place. And we live in this inverted world, and I feel we got stuck in this whole feminism thing. Feminism is a scam, and now it's like trying to undo. It is feminism. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we are equal in value, but we are not equal in traits. We are different. Men and women are different.
I agree with that.
And I'm so sick and tired of why are we fighting to be something that we're not? I am not a man. I will never be a man. And for those of you that make that decision, I love that for you. Period. But there are certain things that are just, y'all are stronger than we are. We are more detail oriented than you are. There are certain traits that we naturally got from God based on the gender that we are. And it's all based on survival. It's all based on human nature. And so I feel like a lot of women, not all women, but most women have forgotten their place.
Within themselves,
within the order of family, within the order, even like with God. You know, if you just want to start blanketing statements, like, now this is the thing. If you are a masculine woman, that's fine. But stop acting like you're feminine. If you want to be a boss, babe, I don't need no man. You go do you, boo. But stop teaching that that's the answer. Because I'm sick and tired of this divide of the family. I'm sick and tired of now good men, like, and I'm listening to like stories, right? Good men are getting lazy in dating. They're getting lazy in the pursuit because women are making either everything too easy or they're too hands off. So now what's the point in even trying to date a woman when you're the man that you want me to be? Honestly.
It weakens a family. It spoils the culture. And there's no longer a defense. Because when they are in that state, men naturally no longer want to protect them. Men don't want to defend them. Men don't want to die for them. Men don't want to stand up for them. Don't no man want to stand up for, die, and protect a fucking hoe. Oh, I can't believe he said that. Oh my God. Yeah, squeeze your titties and clutch your fucking pearls, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I said it. And your soul said it before I said it out my mouth. Which is why you're the liar and I'm the truth teller. Now go tell your mama that, nigga. I said it. And I didn't motherfucking stutter. I didn't stutter. Matter of fact, I'm going to pause so we can sink in. Just got over a little chest cold. I'm going to pause so we can sink in. Because I mean what the fuck I'm saying, nigga. I mean that shit. Because I seen it. Yeah. You seen it too. You know what the fuck going on. You just pretending like you don't know. Oh, how did we get here? Oh, what happened? It's society. It's the mystery society. Bitch, stop lying. Stop fucking lying. Name a name. Put an address on a motherfucking mail. Name a name. Stop being a liar, stop being a coward, and name some motherfucking names. Who did it? Who? Name the motherfucking name. See, that's what I learned about bullies. Bullies like to be passive aggressive, and they like to say slick shit without being direct. But when you direct with a bully, you pick them apart. You dismantle them, you disarm them. Because you're showing that they're enjoying an illusion of courage, but you got real courage. The courage of authenticity. I ain't stutter. I put a name on it. See, y'all like to play with shit and say society, the government, the deep state, and all this other bullshit. Because you scared to say the fucking truth. You're scared, a fucking coward, who thinks that you're in position to talk about the truth, but you don't have the guts to talk about the truth. You're not courageous. You're not bold. You're not fearless. So you're not qualified to talk about the truth. So shut the fuck up until you get qualified. Shut the fuck up about truth. Unless you got the fucking nuts, the guts, the glory to do it, nigga. Just shut the fuck up about it. Don't say nothing about no goddamn secret societies, conspiracies, and the deep state. No, just shut the fuck up about it if you ain't got the guts to name names, nigga. Who the fuck did it? Name names, nigga. Description. Point them out so I could go bust them in the mouth. That's how that shit work. You tired of getting bullied? You tired of getting picked on in the schoolyard? But you scared to say that it was Charlie. You scared to say that it was Donald. You scared to say that it was Tommy. You scared to say that it was Ronald. Name his name, nigga. If Ronald say one more word, I'ma hit this nigga in the mouth. If Tony say one more word to me, I'ma bust this nigga in the mouth. Ronald, you on your last straw. If you say one more thing to me, I'm knocking your ass out, nigga. That's how you do that. So stop playing games, is what I'm saying. Stop fucking playing games with this shit. I'm tired of y'all niggas that play games with this shit. That be fucking around. Yeah. Bring some Uranus shock into this motherfucker. Lean into that Aquarius, nigga. You scared? What you scared for? Lean into that motherfucker. Hey, fuck you scared for, nigga? Tell the truth. You know who did what. You know how this shit went down. Ain't no fucking secret. Obama used black women like a Trojan horse, and white liberal women like a Trojan horse, and gay men like a Trojan horse to strip America of the last moral fibers that they had. To finish it off to where there was no more morality whatsoever. And that right there became the status of insecurity that plagued the children, that plagued the nation, that we're struggling now to get back and regain and realign with. What is really important? Y'all seen this shit happen? Start with some fucking fake ass conscious revolution on the internet, but you got a bunch of black bitches with dreadlocks, vegan diets, pussy prints, titties, and nipples, while shuffling tarot cards and fucking crystals and shit. Bitches, you here to make my dick hard, or you here to enlighten me? Which one is it? Which one is it really? Just be honest. Take the rags off your head and just go ahead and give me a peep show. Fuck it. Take the little rags off your head and all the salad and shit. You making videos of all these vegan diets. but you happen to be in your panties in a public space. I'm looking at you in your panties. You in your bra and panties 24/7 on the fucking internet. But you're supposed to be respected. You're supposed to be honored like a woman. You're supposed to be treated a certain... Bitch, treat yourself that way first. Love yourself first. Accept yourself first. Respect yourself first. Honor yourself first. Bitch, after you. I will follow your lead in how you treat yourself, bitch. Yeah. But if I see a hoe, I see a hoe. What, it make me unrighteous? It make me evil to say it, to acknowledge it? I see a prostitute, I see a slut, I see a hoe. I'm wrong for saying it? No, nigga, you wrong for expecting me to buy into the lie. Fuck you. Not fuck me, fuck you. And the horse you rode in on. Lying ass nigga. Fuck you mean? We can't fix shit because we can't get to the motherfucking truth. That's the problem. We can't deal with the truth. We can't line up with the truth. We can't say what the truth is. We can't flow freely with the truth. Nigga, I'm flowing. I'm flowing like a motherfucker, like an R&B singer. I'm flowing like a blues singer. I'm flowing like an artist, like a singer, like a swimmer, like an Olympian. I'm flowing with the motherfucking truth, cause nigga, guess what? I'm free, bitch. I'm free. Bitch, I'm free. I got real freedom. No goddamn chains on me. I'm free. You got chains on you. Cause when I talk like this, you get scared. You get nervous. You get mad. You put on your running shoes. You want to hurry up and find a way to shut it up and silence it. It's exposing you. It's running truth all through your body, going to war with all the falsehood, and you feel like it's just eating you up inside. It's punching you in the gut. Fuck out of here. Can't play with this shit. Evil is in high places. It's not in the low. What I'm talking about is the immorality that we have bought into through corporate allegiance and betrayal of the fourth house in Cancer by the power of the woman. The black woman specifically. American. Are there exceptions? Of course there are exceptions. But any adult is supposed to already know that. So you can sit in the back with your little sign talking about not every, not all. Bitch, write a sign, stick up a fucking poster, and read it to yourself. Because who the fuck don't know that? Yes, there are exceptions. I ain't got time for the bullshit. Fuck out of here with all that. Evil is in high places. This is a different story. Evils. When we talking about evils, white Christian men and Khazarians. Now, was that hard? Like I said, name names, nigga. Stop acting like you don't know who the fuck is doing what. When you're talking about evils, it is males, not females. Immorality, wickedness, iniquities, yeah. On a grass level, females condoned and nurtured the status of the society. Yes, they did. Thank you very much. And I don't give a fuck who don't like it. I might lose 100 subscribers tonight. That is fine with me. I go all the way down to 11 motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. And hurry up. Hurry up and unsubscribe. Hit that motherfucking button. Don't hesitate. If it's in you to do it. Get the fuck on. Evil is in high places. But y'all niggas gotta start naming motherfucking names or shut the fuck up about it. White Christian males and Khazarians. Those are the ones who hold evil over the whole entire world. And spread it through the whole motherfucking world. It doesn't mean that others don't practice it. It don't mean that others don't buy into it. But that's damn sure who created the infrastructure of its legacies in the earth. And in modern times, that is through the Catholic Church initiatives. Doctrine of Discovery, Manifest Destiny, Unum Sanctum, Secret Treaty of Verona, Monroe Doctrine, and everything in between and under. Secret societies, the consumption of babies, pedophilia, pedophilia, pedophilia. Who is the #1 pedophile in America? Thank you very much. You can answer your own goddamn question. You better start naming motherfucking names. Who's doing what? Who's playing with the babies, nigga? Who jacking off the little kids? Yeah. Who playing with little girls' pussies, nigga? Who's doing that? Who's #1 for that in this nation? See, y'all niggas came to play. I ain't come to play. Nigga, I don't need no friends. Y'all niggas need friends. I don't need no motherfucking friends. Shit, I'm a Leo rising. Fourth house Scorpio. I'm good. I'm goody. I don't need no motherfucking friends. Fuck it. It'll be nice. But I damn sure ain't gonna fall over and die without it. You better learn how to get free too, cause nigga, I'm free. Stop playing. Who is it? Who's playing with the babies? Who's sodomizing children? Who has been trafficking human beings like nobody else has ever in history? Who's worshiping their dark gods through the blood and flesh of these babies? Who's bringing the flesh of these babies into your local fast food restaurants and your juicy burgers? Yeah. Who's drinking their blood? Who taught celebrities to do this? Don't act like it's a mystery. If you could come to honesty about this, about what you have been observing, about what you know, this can start to correct who we have been following consciously and subconsciously in our aspirations of the image of the self. To stop buying into their illusions and their lies. To stop aspiring to what they are calling you to, but question them and examine them instead. Scrutinize them, hold them accountable. All of you women, you better learn a lesson to stop following African American females' character, to stop following their culture, to stop following their ways. This doesn't mean that there are not African American women who are not worthy examples. That's not what I'm saying. There are exceptions. But what I'm saying is the sisterhood of African American females is dangerous. It is misleading. It is toxic. It is harmful to you as women. It sends you in the opposite direction of your best interests as women. And the clarity that you're supposed to have in yourself and the status and image and identity of yourselves as women. If you want to reclaim that of yourself, you have to stop full course in following the direction and influence of African American females and their theologies, their philosophies, and their justifications in how women should express themselves. You have to do an about face and turn the other direction and stop following them. You have to stop borrowing from their influence. You have to stop articulating your ways after them. You have got to fix that and heal that and see the error in it. Because it's leading you in the wrong direction. The same thing goes with evils in high places. The evils in high places, you have got to stop looking at white proximity as your saving grace. You light-skinned motherfuckers out there, Asians, Hispanics, whoever else, if you're light-skinned, you think that what's going to save you is to have white proximity. You think that by being associated with white folks, that's going to put you in a superior position, and then you start looking down on other motherfuckers who happen to be darker than you. That has been a toxic problem when it comes to power, leverage, influence, corporate interest, commerce, competition, anything that enters Capricorn. White proximation or right proximity is the saving grace of light-skinned motherfuckers who are always rushing to get their head pat, to get their that a good boy, to get their approval and validation from white America in corporate places. You want to be blessed and crowned by white men. You want white men to approve you so bad. You sucking white nuts and sucking white cock to get to the goddamn top every goddamn time. And you betray yourself and everybody else in your pursuit of it. You want so bad to highlight any type of whiteness about yourself till you betray every other cell of blood that you got in you. White proximity. If you look honestly at who he has been, what his resume is, what his status truly is in these corporate spaces, you would think twice if it is your intention to be able to respect yourself and your family. The business, the corporate, and the capitalistic ambitions that we harbor as a people. There are evils that are calling you to these things. So if you take interest in these things, you have to be sure to detach yourself from the evil course en route to these things. And the only way to do that is to go through common law and equity. Common law and equity. The only way to do that is to disconnect yourself from assumptions and entitlements over you and the status and identity through unum sanctum, which is the 14th Amendment, fictitious character or incorporated status in person. Only outside of that illusion and matrix can you really have a true representation of business and integrity that is sound with common law and equity, not oppression, abuse, and inappropriate practices in commerce and corporate objectives. The ruthlessness, the Machiavellian nature, the philosophies of 42 laws of power that many ferment on and believe that it is proper course in their life. Betraying the fourth house, betraying Cancer. No, we are correcting our betrayal, our disrespect to the matriarchal mother Yemeya. And I am speaking on behalf of Yemeya. Thank you very much. That is my mother. And I'm speaking on behalf of my mother. Aries is the child of that mother. And from the 9th house, Aries, thank you very much. I'm speaking on behalf of my divine mother, Yemeya. Who don't like it? That's your problem, nigga.
Men is not going through a lot. You just made a conscious decision to be a fucking hoe. And now you're crying about it? You should have been crying about it when you was sucking all them dicks back in the day. Bitches waste their whole 20s being a fucking thought. And then when they get 30, now they're emotional and they find God. Like, nah, bitch, it's too late now. You already fucked up. Going through a lot is someone who has cancer, who's fighting for their life. You consciously making decisions as a grown woman to suck mad dick is not going through anything. Suck it up the same way you were sucking it up back then and move on with your life. We don't want to hear you cry, bitch. Fucking over 100 men.
So to conclude, with exception, let me say it again, because when people get in their feelings, they get selective hearing. And they want you to say something that they can argue. With exception, The African American female represents the shadow of Capricorn in what she chose of her culture and image and expression. With exception, the white Christian nationalist and Khazarian represents the shadow of Capricorn in its expression that they chose to represent themselves in. With that being said, collectively what we're finishing off is the energy of Pluto's transit through Capricorn. That's what's behind us. That's what we're leaving. So the models, the lords, the demonstrators of that spirit, they now have to face karmic retribution. They now have to face a karmic wave. They now have to face penalties for how they misled people into those dark frequencies. The Khazarians, the white Christian nationalists, and African American females, with exceptions, they are the ones who misled people in that energy. For that reason, if you are to go forward and clear yourself of that energy in your spirit, you have to be very careful of assumptions and consent as it is related to your inspiration or admiration of these three individual representations in culture. You have to turn around and find your route in loyalty, respect, commitment, and restoration of the Cancer source, your moral compass, and accountability. That is my warning.